headed to the gym again. It's the end of October, Halloween. This is my 5th month post lung transplant. I'm doing exceedingly well, but the mental aspect of it is still lingering, if that makes sense. I've surpassed all of my expectations physically. I've had to start making new goals for myself to actually sort of, be able to use my newfound weight and strength to the best of its ability, or my ability. But at the same time, I'm continually having to remind myself it's just been 5 months since my sternum got cracked open. I haven't really talked to the doctor extensively about exercise and lifting and things like that. And also, I still have a port in my right shoulder, which is starting to become a nuisance. I haven't used it since I've been out of the hospital, haven't had a need to. I've been very healthy, very blessed. So thank God for that. But I'm not sure how we're going to address that issue. I've got to talk to the doctor about it. I'm going to try to get them to take it out. But from what I have been told earlier is that they usually like to wait 6 months before they start messing around with anything like that. They don't even want me going to the dentist for the first 6 months. So, that being said, I've got an appointment next week, and I will update y'all on the particulars of that later. I expect it to go well. I'm not sure if I've gained much more weight. I've sort of plateaued with my weight. I put on a lot of weight really quick the first couple of months. I've gained, it's been 5 months, and when I come out of the hospital, I was at 113 and stuck. I really couldn't gain any weight until after we went and talked to the endocrinologist about my sugar. If you've watched any of the prior videos, you know that my sugar went out of whack for the surgery, and it was expected. They told us to expect it because of the high doses of steroids that they give you. It messes with your sugar. So we expected all that to kind of take place. Things are starting to level off. My last endocrinology visit, the doctor said it's possible that I might be able to come off of the long-acting insulin if I'm able to keep my numbers down, and I think I've been able to do that. October's been a really weird month for me. Things have been kind of up and down. It's been odd. I've tried to maintain my routine, which I think is a big help in keeping the sugar under control and everything else. But I don't know. It's just been an off month. Hopefully November will be better and we can get back to a little bit of normalcy as far as health goes. But I haven't been sick. I haven't really had any really just tired, worn out days, which I'm thankful for. But the mental aspect of it, I'm still, again, having to remind myself it's only been 5 months post, so I'm still having to sort of rein myself a little bit and not just go crazy. But at the same time, I feel good enough that I really want to push it. I really want to test the limits of this and see just what I can and can't do, and try to expand those limits. So I'm kind of at a very awkward position in the whole process. And I want to get my lung functions up higher than they are now. Right now, I'm blowing between a 3.3 and a 3.5, or 3.2 and a 3.5 on my FVCs, and my FEV1s are staying right around 2.3. And I want to boost those numbers, see if I can't get them up a little higher and get the full use of these new airbags. But again, like I said, it's only been 5 months, and they told us in the beginning it'll be, it takes a year. It steadily gets better over the course of a year. But with that being said, I still find myself leaning on the comfort that the hospital is just, 30 minutes away. I got a lot of things in the fire. A lot of things are starting to unfold that could possibly keep me here for a little bit longer. The ultimate plan is to move back home, but that is the ultimate plan, not the next step. So depending on how everything goes and works out, that'll be another video for another time. But it's comforting to know that the hospital is only 30 minutes away, and you combine that with the thought of the fact that I haven't had any issues, don't really know what to look for other than just the things they told me to watch for. So I haven't really had any experience with any of it, and it's kind of worrisome. But at the same time, I know how to take care of myself, and I know if I do what things I'm supposed to do, that I should be okay regardless. The research that I've done on the immunosuppressant stuff shows that it's not really so much of a shutting your immune system off or down, just a weakening of it, sort of to just camouflage the lungs. It's not necessarily we're going to shut it off kind of a thing. So over the course of time, my immune system should build back up as much as it can. I've run for 37 years on a compromised immune system and was very healthy as far as catching other things. I rarely caught anything else that most people did. So excuse me. So I'm real confident in that my immune system can handle almost anything that's thrown at it, even on the suppression stuff. So not too worried about that. But again, not having dealt with any issues, it's hard to know what to expect, what to look for and recognize, because I'm very proactive with my health. I want to catch it early and knock it out to avoid hospitalization or further complications in anything that might creep up. So that's kind of my view on everything. I take my meds, do my therapies, do what the doctor says, something that I'm not just super good at, but at the same time, I've never really neglected it. And then, of course, you add, the exercise and stuff on top of that. Excuse me. It helps keep everything level and keep everything built up. So, 5 months post, if you're doing well, I expect you probably will have the same mentality that I have, wanting to go, and really push it and build yourself back up 100%. But again, you have to be mindful of what you're doing and make sure that you're not overdoing it. I have, like I said earlier, I gained a lot of weight early on. I actually put on another 20 pounds, actually closer to 15 pounds since the transplant. Come out at 113, and I'm weighing right around 133 right now. So I've put on quite a bit of weight. I've only weighed 133 one other time in my life, and I actually weighed a little bit more than that at that time. So this is all new territory for me and my body. This isn't something that we're accustomed to. Not used to carrying around this much weight, not used to of having to move this much weight in the gym. So it's presenting its own challenges, but I'm ready to meet them simply because of how good I feel. It's amazing what a little bit of oxygen can do for you. Even even on the oxygen tanks that I was on, you know, the machines carrying around to make sure that I kept my O2 up to, you know, above 94%, did not feel this good. You know, it's just something about the body being able to take in and use the oxygen that just really makes the difference. And also, you know, you don't have your immune system fighting 24/7. Even though you're getting the oxygen, your immune system is still having to fight with the CF, you know, to keep it under control as much as it can. So you're always wore out, you're always tired, and I don't have that much anymore. My body's not fighting the CF to the point where I'm just constantly wore out, and I think that's what's made the difference in my weight gain as well. You know, if you haven't read a lot about nutrition, being a CF patient, you need to dig in and understand how you know, the body uses calories to put on weight, and how the body uses heat and things like that, and oxygen to, you know, combine to make the energy to give you what you need throughout the day. You know, you need to understand these things. That way, when you get in my position and you are suffering because your weight's down and you're facing, you know, major surgeries or something like that, that you understand what it takes to build yourself back up, because it's a struggle. I'm not going to lie. The weight came easy, but the exercise and things that I'm doing to actually build the lungs back up is presenting a challenge again, because I'm not used to pushing this much weight around in the gym, and because you know, the extra weight makes things more difficult, just to put it plain and simple. You know, I don't have clothes, number one, big enough to fit me comfortably all the time now. So, you know, things like tying your shoes and stuff like that, you gotta kind of plan out some. It's hilarious to think about it. You know, I've never had a problem bending over to tie my shoes, but I do now some. But that's the thing behind it. You know, you need to be able to do the daily functions. When I come out of the hospital, there was actually a time when I was in the hospital, I had lost a lot of weight. I was down to the 110, 113 area, and I squatted in the floor to pick something up because I couldn't bend over. I had the chest tubes hanging out, so I just had to squat. And when I squatted down, I had lost so much muscle in my lower body, I didn't think I was going to be able to stand back up, and it scared me. And, you know, I was like, that's insane. If you cannot get down in the floor and then get back up without help, you're in a bad spot. You're in a bad situation, and you need to do everything you can to fix that, whether it's lose the weight or gain the muscle or whatever you have to do, because, I mean, a fall could be the end of you for something like that, and that's sad. You know, you can't let yourself get in that bad of a shape. Now, we got some people blocking the box here, and I was in a position to where I couldn't do anything. I had chest tubes hanging out of me, and was very, very malnourished, to say the least, because I had all of the medication and stuff going in me. I had the chest tubes hanging out of me, stuff like this. It was a bad situation. I wasn't eating like I was. The pain meds, you know, blocked me up, so I couldn't eat a whole lot because it would upset my stomach and I would bloat with gas really bad. So I didn't eat a lot. I lost a lot of weight, and I lost a lot of muscle because I didn't have a lot of fat to begin with. I'm a little guy, and if you have CF, you know all about being skinny. Yeah, you know, just make sure that you're getting everything that you need to make sure that you can do the things that you need to do. You know, things as far as bending over, getting up out of the floor, putting on your clothes, showering, all of that stuff, you know, needs to be a priority and needs to be thought about going into something like this and coming out of it. You know, you're going to feel a lot better coming out. You're going to be able to do a lot more. So, you know, you need to focus that energy while you can into building yourself up enough that you can at least get back to baseline, which is where I'm at now. I have plateaued in most of my stuff as far as everything, so I figure I'm at baseline. My weight is above baseline, but I figure this is probably the new normal for me. So I've got to get used to this and learn how to move myself and my body with this amount of weight and this limited flexibility and things like that come with the added weight. So I guess, you know, just be mindful of all of that, and don't let it become a hindrance, you know, because you can't do things. Make sure that you can do the things you need to do. But fixing to be at the gym. I'm gonna go in here, get a good workout in. Hopefully y'all catching these videos and getting a little motivation, maybe a little encouragement. Like I said, I'm 5 months post and I'm doing great. If you're in my situation or going into the transplant, you know, I'm not going to tell you don't be afraid. It's something that is very scary, but just know that you're going to be okay, and you can pull through it, and you can be doing great in you know, way less time than what the statistics say you can, because I'm proof of it. So y'all get out and exercise and just be healthy. We love y'all. I want you to be blessed, and we'll see you next time.